Welcome to the daily devotional for Holy Week offered through Chamblee United Methodist Church. I'm Stacy Rushing, the Associate Pastor, and it is a blessing to gather with you on this Maundy Thursday. As you may know, Maundy Thursday is the day during Holy Week when we remember the Last Supper of Jesus Christ. The word Maundy reminds us of the portion of the story where Jesus has washed the disciples' feet and tells them that they should do likewise. Maundy is a derivative of the Latin word that means mandate. And so as we gather around the table or as we take our seats in serving one another, Maundy Thursday is a day to remember Jesus' call to show love and to serve one another. Now this year is going to be different for many of us because we are used to gathering in a worship setting in a sanctuary around the sacrament of communion. But because of the social distancing that's currently in place, we're not able to do that. However, I believe that doesn't make this day any less important, and I also believe it doesn't limit the ways that we can celebrate and remember Jesus and the disciples on that evening. And so today I'm going to share with you a scripture that comes out of the Gospel of Luke, chapter 22, verses 14 through 20. When the time came, Jesus took his place at the table, and the apostles joined him. He said to them, "I have earnestly desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. I tell you, I won't eat it until it is fulfilled in God's kingdom." After taking a cup and giving thanks, he said, "Take this and share it among yourselves. I tell you that from now on I won't drink from the fruit of the vine until God's kingdom has come." After taking the bread and giving thanks, he broke it and gave it to them, saying, "This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me." In the same way, he took the cup after the meal and said, "This cup is the new covenant by my blood, which is poured out for you." Even though we cannot gather around a communion table today, we can share the love of Christ through a shared meal. Dr. Marcia McPhee created a home liturgy a couple weeks ago that she shared with members of the church as a way to allow us to gather, to remember, to feast together, even though we may be apart. And so today I want to share with you part of this practice that she calls comfort food, the feast of love, and invite you to participate in this practice wherever you are today as you eat a meal or a snack, as you sit down with the people in your house. I hope you will take on this practice and think of it as a remembrance and a sharing in the meal that Jesus shared in with his disciples on that evening long ago. So the first thing I invite you to do is to pick a time and gather at a table around a meal with the people who are residing with you in your home. This might be your family or whoever is available. And I know that there are some of us who are isolating in place by ourselves. And to you, I want to encourage you to not think of this as another time where you have to be by yourself, but to reach out to people. Maybe you have a neighbor next door who could join you at a safe distance on their lawn in a picnic. Maybe if you're living in an apartment building, someone could sit in their doorway across the hall and you could share a meal. Perhaps you could FaceTime someone or get on a Zoom call or just give someone a call over a meal and share in this together. This is an opportunity for us to be creative in the way we gather. So once you've found some people and you've gathered in the way you can around a meal, I want you to take a moment to talk about the Last Supper that Jesus shared with his disciples, and then to think about and share the times that you can remember in the ministry of Jesus where he sat down for a meal with others. Think about where Jesus was and who he surrounded himself with. And take time to talk about how meals have been special in your own faith journey. Next, I want you to take a moment to think about who is at your table, but also to think about who isn't at your table. Name those people who you wish could be there with you. Share those aloud and take a moment to hold their names together. Next, take a moment to name the people who you may not know, but who you want to lift up in love during this meal. This could be those who are sick and recovering, those who are caring for sick loved ones at home, those who are caring for sick persons in medical settings, those who are separated from people they love, those who feel alone or isolated, those who are helping and so tired, those who are struggling to find friends, food, and comfort, and those who are afraid. Now take a deep breath and remember that God sees our needs and the needs of others, and that God comes to our aid to offer help and assurance. When we gather around the table for communion, we are invited to remember Jesus and to give thanks. As you are gathered around a table today, share a couple moments from the day that you are thankful for. Let people know what it is in your life in this moment that is still allowing you to rejoice and to praise. Finally, as you are gathered around your table, I hope you will lift up a cup or a plate, whatever you have in front of you, and share this blessing together. Holy Comforter, we gather in your name, invited by Jesus, bound together with your Spirit, in union with each other. Feed our bodies and our spirits with your comforting presence, so that we might be your comfort to others. Bless this food and break open our hearts. Bless this drink and pour out your love. Amen. As you pass the food around the table and share in the meal, I hope you will continue this practice of praise and thanksgiving, of remembering and offering. And please know that this practice can extend beyond today. Every time we gather to sit at a meal, we offer blessing to God, and we create a space with those around us where we can share our hopes and our dreams, our joys and our concerns, where we can lift up the names of people we love and of people we don't even know. I pray that you have a blessed Maundy Thursday, that in this journey of Holy Week, as different as it may be this year, you are finding yourself closer to God and closer to others. Now let us go from this time, remembering the command that Jesus gave us, to go and show his love through the world, to do just as Jesus has done for us. Be well and be loved.